Okay, let's see if there's any new dialogue options, and then we'll move on to the next quest. That's the plan. Why it keeps letting us talk about stuff when we've already talked about them?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
That's exhausted, at least. Doesn't seem to be anyone to judge. Let's just check the table real quick, and then we'll go out on a quest. Oh, that's the quarters. Oh, keep doing that. Keep doing that. Shouldn't go to the quarters. There's nothing to do there. But yeah, it's like, things are interesting with, like, Josephine, for example. We don't seem to be getting any further, even though we went through a quest.
There you are.
Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil.
I've been looking all over for you. I've just received the most terrible news.
What is it?
I'm engaged.
Ooh.
I sense this is complicated. Tell me more.
For the past year, my mother and father have searched Antiva for a match for me. They had no idea you and I had grown so close. Today, I received a letter declaring they've betrothed me to Lord Adorno Cielo Tranto of Antiva. I must deal with this. But until then, we cannot be seen in a compromising situation. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that sucks. Tricky prospect. How do you even know him? I don't know.
Are you saying we should act like nothing's happened between us?
No, not at all. But it is not right that we carry on while I am betrothed. I must break off the match first.
Have you and this Antivan lord ever even met?
No. Perhaps, maybe at a cotillion some years ago. Oh, this is not what I wanted to happen. I barely remember Lord Otranto. I must see to this. And to my other duties. If I can keep my mind on them today at all.
Okay, so that kind of sucked. I wonder what we can do about that. Let's check the old war table. At least it hasn't happened yet. I presume we have to, like, stop him somehow. At some point. Negotiate a deal. Cool. Cool. What else we got? Yeah, got a bunch of new stuff opened up. Investigate the Elven Ruins. Aim to win. Lances, getting things moving. Many of the nobility have been settled in their secondary differences. Hmm.
Any Venatori activity?
If my agents find anything, you will be the first to know.
Truth or Dare, the end game. Ooh, that sounds quite serious. Dress the Chantry. Yeah, we've done that. Watcher in the Wings. College of Magi. Go back. Ooh, there's a lot around here. Expose the double agent.
Let's see what we have.
May send a champion to fight in the melee if you wish. Absolutely. Okay. Aid those impacted. And just checking what other ones we got. Truth or Dare. Shorted, right. Doesn't seem to be any any big quests to do. Let's just check the journal. And see if we've got any quests that need doing that are interesting. Let's have a look. Yeah, we don't seem to have any yeah, we've got to meet Hawk at the Stroud of the Western Approach, kill the demons and recover memories. Meet Hawk. So that's something we can do, certainly, at some point. A lot of Rift stuff. Watch this back. Yeah, we don't seem to have any don't have enough elf fruit for that. Superior Tower. Advanced crafting. Yeah, we don't seem to have any companion quests right now, which is kind of weird. I thought we had one for Iron Bull, but let's talk to the others since I seem to be unlocking stuff. I don't know if Josephine's got anything more to say.
Untangling my engagement
Oh.
with Lord Otranto will take some time.
Is there anything I can do?
He is Antivan. The only acceptable thing to do would be to challenge him to a duel for my favor.
Arrange the duel with Lord Otranto then.
What? No, Inquisitor, please. That was said in jest. The traditional form of dueling among Antivan nobles isn't usually fatal, but there's always a chance of harm. I hardly wish to see you skewered on a sword point for the sake of my honor.
Oh, so we can go through the war table to arrange the duel. Fair enough. Hey, things are looking up. Okay, so Varric didn't have anything for us. What about Baldy? We got nothing for us, Baldy?
Hovering by the veil to observe the thrones of powerful nations, the machinations, betrayals.
Ah.
After our time in Halam Shirao, I understand why. I had forgotten how I missed court intrigue.
I'm pleased you had a good time.
Political gambits, broken promises, half-truths. It is a palace full of motivation, and motivation is where great things happen. In any event, Celine should now be a steadfast ally, especially after helping her neutralize Briala.
Am I sensing concern over how we dealt with Briala?
No. Why would I disapprove of... Oh, because we're both elves. I'm sorry. I was confused. I I do not consider myself to have much in common with the elves.
Hmm.
Who do you have much in common with? Who are your people?
A good question. I joined the Inquisition to save the world. Regardless of who my people are, this was the best way to help them. As for the elves of Orlais, I believe Briala is doing quite well on their behalf. She is an admirable woman.
She's done good work. Hopefully, with our help, she can help them even more.
Yes. However much I identify, or fail to identify, with her people, Briala's efforts have been remarkable. She organized resistance against a powerful enemy, using only her wits and the resources at hand. That demands respect, especially in a world where most would look at her and only see a pair of pointed ears.
Right, so we definitely got some good dialogue. Let's just see if he's got anything else. I don't think he's got any other dialogue options. Nah, it's just... nah. I think we've already done these.
What you saw in your exploration of the Fade.
I would be happy to share it with you.
Tell me about the old ruins you explored.
I found an ancient dwarven thaig no longer sheltered by the stone. An earthquake had exposed it all to daylight. 1,000 dwarven corpses lay, the victims of a darkspawn horde. Their last stand marked by one great ring of armor. In the middle, one small body, clutching tightly to a small stuffed toy.
Tell me about a spirit you encountered.
The Alamari crossed the Frostback Mountains to escape a beast they called the Shadow Goddess in their story. I met the spirit that they fled. She walks the Fade along the southern tundra, weeping lonely and forgotten. Great for Elden formed, because a lonely spirit drove her prey away.
Tell me about the old memories you found in the Fade.
I saw a dwarf emerge into the light of day and shield his eyes against the sun. The first time he had seen it, the tears were streaming from his eyes. I thought them from the blazing light, until I saw the rock he held so tightly. Then he laid the rock down gently, and he left it as he walked away.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
All right, so that's it.
Talk later.
Yeah, it seems to be it. I haven't talked to Alistair in like forever. Wasn't he ever here? Yeah. He was. He's not there anymore. Oh yeah, didn't he go away or something?
If you're looking for the commander, he's gone to speak with Seeker Pendergast.
Seeker Pendergast?
Inquisitor, if you're looking for the commander, he's gone to speak with Seeker Pendergast.
Where's that? Iron Bull's got a quest for us. That's nice. Yeah, I'm not sure where he's gone then. I can't remember where Seeker Pendergast is. Let's just talk to everyone else briefly, and it's very important we talk to everybody.
Marvelous business, the Winter Palace. You saved an empress, and now she's eating out of your hand. Perfect mental image. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
Yeah.
Happy to oblige. A taste of home, just for you.
Not just for me. Fun for the whole family.
Perhaps I should have invited some.
We were there. That's what counts. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
I should go.
Naturally. What's on your mind?
I should go.
You know where I'll be.
Okay. Anyone else who's got new dialogue?
I trust everything is well with the mages.
There have been a few scuffles with your Templars, but overall, it is going well.
You were once a Grey Warden.
Mine is another time then.
We even talk to these people? Who are these
Gifted us
people?
with a selection of rare books. I can't wait till they arrive.
Ah. Okay, so these are
A
these
request
new.
has been made of you, Inquisitor. Here it is.
What is your evaluation of how we're doing?
I am able to pursue my duties with optimal efficiency, thanks to Skyhold's present state.
As you were.
It's cool.
Yes, Inquisitor.
Talk to Leliana, maybe?
So it's true. Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture...
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
Whoever becomes divine will have my support if she requires it.
And I'm sure whoever becomes divine will absolutely require the Inquisition's backing. The Chantry is faltering, but it still has influence over the people. Who tells the people what's right? Who do they look to in times of peril? A divine with enough support can change the Chantry. And with it, Thedas. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
Yeah, very true. Okay, is that it? I presume that's it.
You seem to know a great many people.
I have made friends, and on occasion enemies. It's unavoidable.
They say you spent some time in Lothering. Did you know the champion?
We spoke a few times. I seldom left the Chantry, and we never became more than casual acquaintances. I saw more of the Hog twins. Bethany in particular. She would spend time in meditation at the Chantry, and she seemed to like my stories. The other one, the young man, he was a little surly. I did encounter the champion again later in Kirkwall. Those were terrible times.
Was this when the Chantry was destroyed?
No, that happened later. But even then, the news coming out of Kirkwall was disheartening. There were some in Val Rayeux who wanted the Divine to declare an exalted march on Kirkwall. Justina sent me there to see if that could be avoided, to gather evidence to calm those agitating for war. I guess it didn't matter in the end.
What do you know of Morrigan?
She's changed. She used to be so disagreeable, cruel. She said things just to hurt people. Now the sharp edges have worn away. Perhaps it was Kieran. He saved us, did you know? I would have lost my love without Morrigan's child. I may never know her intentions, but I'll always be grateful.
Cool.
You have a history with the Warden who entered the Blight, don't you?
He's always in my thoughts, even when we're far apart. My love is on a quest of his own. When the Inquisition has no further need of me, I will join him, for good this time. I have lost enough. I will not lose him as well.
You seem to know Josephine quite well.
I met her a long time ago.
but we didn't become good friends until years later. After the Blight, in fact. I'd just returned to Valrayo, and she welcomed me back by throwing a diplomatic ball. She was the Antivan ambassador at the time, you see. The ball was... alright. Too many politicians. At midnight, Josie and I left to find a real party. We've been friends ever since.
What do you consider a real party?
It's not a real party until someone's small clothes are pinned to a chantry board. And that's all I'm saying about it.
We can continue this conversation later.
You know where I am.
Okay, anything else? We got Varric, Vivienne. We haven't spoke to Vivienne in forever. There's Morgan as well, not to talk to. See what Morgan's got to say.
You're the Inquisitor. Mother never told me the Inquisitor was an elf.
And just who is your mother?
Mother is the inheritor. She who awaits the next stage.
Kielan, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Of course not. Did you see what's on her hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies, little man. My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad. Perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kielan is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
Will his father be joining us as well?
'Twould be most unlikely. I have raised Kielan on my own for quite some time now, as was my preference from the start. So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
He seems like a fine young man.
But not the sort one might expect a woman like me to raise. No son of mine would be raised in a marsh, bereft of contact with the outside world. His future will be difficult enough without my adding to his burden. To think, until recently this place stood decrepit, occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Terra Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
I like this place. I've made it mine.
The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little of me as you do. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
You'll be
I
useful.
appreciate whatever help you can give us.
Some might think Corypheus a madman for seeking godhood. Yet one must ask, what were the old gods? What secrets of theirs did the ancient magisters know? What I fear, what all should fear, is not that Corypheus believes he can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may. My Lady Inquisitor.
Now that you've seen the Inquisition up close, what are your impressions?
'Tis remarkable what you have built. I will give you that. Leniana has built a network of spies beyond anything Thedas has seen. All this in precious little time, conjured from thin air through the power of fervor alone. I wonder if Corypheus suspected what he was enabling, just as I wonder what will become of all this once he is defeated.
We have to defeat him first. Then I'll worry about what's next.
Should that happen, the world will lie at your feet, more or less. Beware the heights you reach, Inquisitor. When this is done, many will be eager to knock you back down.
I'd like to know more about you.
Ah yes, whence comes the mystery woman slinking her way into the Inquisition's ranks? Once I was an apostate, living well away from the banal influence of the Chantry in the Kukari Wilds. Then came the Fifth Blight with its darkspawn, and I left Ferelden for the Empress's court. 'Tis certain the nobles of Orlais breathe a collective sigh of relief that I am now here.
You were in Ferelden during the Blight.
The Blight began in the Kukari Wilds, so yes, I experienced it firsthand. Indeed, I fought at the hero of Ferelden's side for a time. He is the reason the Blight was defeated. In the end, what he did for me, I will always be grateful. And after that, I came to Orlais. The last place one would look for me, or such was my hope.
The Orlesian court seems like an odd place to find someone like you.
That was the point, originally. I knew the Empress was intrigued by the arcane, and that I could answer questions no Chantry mage could. Thus, we fit together nicely. I became her advisor, and she my benefactor and source of refuge. Truth be told, our arrangement would not have lasted much longer. Too many wagging tongues, even for Celine.
It's odd that an apostate could live so openly.
It confuses those who expect apostates to cower and hide. I stand boldly before them and demand to know why I need some Chantry mage to teach me to control my power. They would put me on a leash so they can feel safer at night. I am uninterested in their comfort. Naturally, it helps to have friends in high places.
Tell me more about your son.
He is a very special young man.
Special in what way?
In every way. At first, Kielan was a means to an end. But as he grew, I never thought of myself as a mother, Inquisitor. I had no good example to follow. I find myself becoming something I can barely recognize.
I'll leave you to the garden.
Until next time, then.
Alright, let's go get that quest from Iron Bull, shall we? And Vivienne as well, we need to talk to. So let's just go to the war room and do the war room stuff, because we need to do that dueling quest. Yeah. A lot of talking this episode. Can't be helped though. Let's just visit the war room. That's in progress. I thought it said it was one that was done. Ah, that one's done. Okay. Gold bracelet. Oh, we found the double agent. Nice. Very good. That's still in progress. Got like 29 minutes left. So where's the duel thing then? Thought it'd be around here somewhere.
Any news on why Corypheus is sending people to explore elven ruins of all things?
No, I suspect he keeps the reason secret, even from his inner circle.
Oh, he's in the free marches. Okay. Must have missed that bit. Oh, yeah, Josephine's busy, so we can't do that. Damn.
Inquisitor.
We've got to wait till Josephine's freed up. She is currently, I think she's busy for like half an hour. Yeah, 2 hours, Jesus. Okay, she's gonna be busy for this episode. Let's go talk to Iron Bull and get his quest going. Your worship.
Still waiting for your letter of marque or commendation or whatever?
Ah, yeah. Perseverance is over here. Okay. Let's check it out.
You asked for my opinion, and I've given it. Why would you expect it to change?
I expect you to keep your word. It's relentless. I can't...
You give yourself too little credit.
If I'm unable to fulfill what vows I kept, then nothing good has come of this. Would you rather save face than admit... We will speak of this later.
And people say I'm stubborn. This is ridiculous. Kielan told you that he's no longer taking lyrium.
It seemed very important to him.
It's not a decision to be made lightly. But now, Kielan has asked that I recommend a replacement for him. I refused. It's not necessary. Besides, it would destroy him. He's come so far.
Why didn't he come to me?
We had an agreement long before you joined us. As a Seeker, I could evaluate the dangers.
Cassandra, did you refuse Cullen's request because he's wrong, or because you want him to be wrong?
Mages have made their suffering known, but Templars never have. They are bound to the Order, mind and soul, with someone always holding their lyrium leash. Cullen has a chance to break that leash, to prove to himself, and anyone who would follow suit, that it's possible. He can do this. I knew that when we met in Kirkwall. Talk to him. Decide if now is the time.
Cool. Speak with Cullen. Okay. If Cassandra's got any new dialogue. What's that symbol mean?
Do you have any advice for me?
This matter with the Grey Wardens must be dealt with, quickly. That ancient order gets into far more trouble than they're worth. I should have listened to Liliana's suspicions sooner.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Go talk to Iron Bull again, kind of sidetrack. And Bull, what you get to see, bro?
Come on, Krim. I'm working my ass off trying to get you to see that move.
You still got plenty of arse left, Chief. Your worship.
Glad you came by. I got a letter from my contacts in the Ben Hasrath. Already verified it with Red.
Do you want to discuss this alone?
Not like I was hiding it from my boys. Besides, right now, I need to hit something.
You know they've got training dummies, Chief.
The training dummy might actually defend itself against the shield bash. Anyway, the Ben Hasrath letter.
What did the letter say?
The Ben Hasrath have been reading my reports. They don't like Corypheus or his Venatori. And they really don't like Red Lyrium. They're ready to work with us. With you, boss. The Qunari and the Inquisition, joining forces.
That could be a powerful alliance.
My people have never made a full-blown alliance with a foreign power before. This would be a big step. They found a massive Red Lyrium shipping operation out on the coast.
They wanted us to hit it together. Talked about bringing in one of their dreadnoughts. Always wanted to see one of those big warships in action.
Did you see that? Go get some water. They're worried about tipping the smugglers, so no army. My chargers, you, maybe some backup.
What does this alliance really get us?
They wouldn't use the word alliance if they didn't mean it. Naval power. More Ben Hasrath reports. Qunari soldiers pointed at the Venatori. It could do a lot of good.
You don't seem entirely happy about this.
No, I'm good. It's... I'm used to them being over there. It's been a while.
I thought the Qunari wanted to extend their reach to the whole world.
Yeah. Just didn't think I'd see it. Look, the Qun answers a lot of questions. It's a good life for a lot of people. But it's a big change. And a lot of folks here wouldn't do so well under that kind of life. I guess it's not like we're converting. This is just us joining forces against Corypheus. On that front, I think we're good.
I think the Inquisition could use some help from the Qunari.
Good. I'll pass on word to Colin and Red. We can set up the meeting whenever you're ready.
Cool. Take all the help I can get, to be honest. But that's what that was about. Let's just see if, what's her name's got anything to say. But it's always good to talk to everybody. I mean, I keep saying that, but it's very true. I like the dialogue. Dialogue's like a big part of an RPG, so... See if Sarah's got anything new. Special. Oh, you don't fit. Oh, I'm interested.
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again with your people? Right, which ones?
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
She doesn't seem like she has anything new. So. So we've got, we just got Vivienne left, I think, that we haven't talked to. We should talk to her real quick. What's going on? Wonder if we can get to Vivian this way. I honestly can't remember how to get to her. Oh, there we go.
Of course.
So we haven't had much for her.
My dear, I'm afraid I must ask you for help.
Hey.
There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern. I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
If I'm going to hunt down a snowy wyvern, I need you to tell me everything you know about it.
They're quite rare and exceedingly dangerous. Their venom is the most potent of any wyvern. Ordinary hunters would not make the attempt. The risk is too great. You, my dear, would certainly be an equal to this monster.
I didn't know you were an alchemist, Vivian. What exactly is this project you're working on?
It is a special request from a member of the Council of Heralds. I am still the Imperial Court Enchanter, after all. The matter is private. That is all there is to say.
You want me to risk my life to get this thing for you, but you won't tell me what it's for.
My dear, it is hardly proper for me to blab the secrets of those who put trust in my discretion. I would do no less for you, after all.
I'm not a hunter. Why do you think I can help?
This beast is not hunted for sport, as other wyverns sometimes are. It is far more deadly. In the past, chevaliers have been dispatched to either kill the creatures or drive them away from villages. Since my chevaliers have fallen to political conflict, I find myself in need of someone with a martial aptitude.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Kielan. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart, or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
Ah, finally we get a quest from her. Awesome. Alright, so we got some new quests. That's awesome. Oh, there's a way up here, look. Oh, right. Looks like a door there. Middle door. Gotta remember that, the middle door leads straight there. Nothing from Varric, though. Strange.
Looking for someone to talk your ear off? I think I can oblige.
Yep, nothing new there. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to leave it off there. There was a lot of talk in this episode, and we're kind of out of time to do a quest, unfortunately. But, yeah, it's good to get some new dialogue going. We've had a few cutscenes there, and, yeah, we've got loads of quests to do now, which is awesome. Got all of these, the Mans of the Kielan, we've got these 3 to do, and the war table thing that we're going to do, and then hopefully a fun duel. Yeah, so that's what I look forward to.